All right, so I'll introduce everybody. That's Lindsay Shapiro. Wave, Lindsay. She's married, has a baby daughter, lives in Nashville. That's Alex Shapiro. Wave, Alex. Lives in Fort Lauderdale. She's engaged to be married, works for Obagi. And at the top right there is the baby, Sydney Shapiro. She lives in Austin, Texas, and she works for Facebook. Thank you, girls, for doing this. How do you feel about your old man retiring?
I think I'm very scared for you not to have anybody paying for your clothes or doing your makeup anymore.
Lindsay, what do you think?
I mean, maybe I'll come visit Billy and just spend some time with Shappy and Billy time.
I would like that. That's my granddaughter, Billy. She's 10 months old. Are you concerned about your father getting older?
This is the getting older. It's happening, brother. It's been happening.
What about you, Sid?
I'm not worried about you.
Were there any benefits of having a father as a local TV sportscaster?
Definitely.
Sure.
Sydney, with enthusiasm, take us into the show.
It's Sunday night, it's 11:30, and this is the Father's Day edition of the Lexus Sports Extra.
We always got in first at Roasters and Toasters. So that was a good perk.
That's good.
I remember going to the 2012 and 2013 finals with the big three, Chris Bosh and LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. And that was always a fun time because it was around your birthday and Father's Day. So those weeks were always really fun.
I remember a couple times where you would just show up in my cities. Like I would be walking back from class in Gainesville and you'd be in front of the stadium and I would be like, Dad? And you'd be like, I'm here. And I'm like, great. Or like Chicago, you'd be like, I'd take the whole Sam Adams team to the game. And I'm like, you're in Chicago? Like, what? I live in Chicago. So like, that was a perk for sure.
That was the heat when I told you when I was coming. Sydney, any perks for you?
I'm just really looking forward to not getting stopped at restaurants or at the airport or like on the street when we're getting our coffee. Because no one's, once you're retired, everyone's going to say like, who's that guy?
Persona non grata, just like that. The truth is, for the most part, you girls didn't know if the ball was puffed or stuffed. You didn't really care about sports at all. But having a father who worked in sports, did you feel at all like you wanted to learn more or be around sports more?
No.
I wanted to be around the Heat dancers. I remember that. If you could get me in with the dance crew, then it was reason enough to go.
I got to go to the Hard Rock like late past my bedtime and watch that show. And like grandma wore cute outfits and I told her she was a cool grandma.
That was a long time ago. Sydney was the only athlete. She played water polo. She was on the swim team. That was a good thing. She was kind of like the son I never had. I'm just kidding, Sid.
That's true. That's a lot like
you
never had.
Do any of you have any stories about watching me on television?
I got a few good ones, being that I'm the local in town and your fave. I do, Dad, I don't remember where you were, but I remember it was really cold outside. So you must have been doing a live shot up north somewhere and it was freezing and you had a huge snot booger falling from your nose and the cameraman said nothing. And I thought it was so funny.
Good one.
You other girls have any? Go ahead.
Yeah. Sid. I remember, and all of my friends remember, when you were out in the storm.
Yeah.
Every year, and you threw it back to the weather guy.
Okay, Phil. Hey, Phil. When the Heat won 3 NBA championships, did I ask you to go out and cover those games?
No, you did not.
Phil
Farewell, what the hell is the sports guy doing out in this hurricane?
Phil!
Lindsay, you've been gone a long time. Do you have any memories of me being on television?
Alex reminded me of one this morning that she says I was there for.
I was with Mom. It was late at night, and we were watching you live, and you finally booked an interview with Warren Sapp, and Drew told you, whatever you do, don't mention how many times he's tested positive and why the team is on probation. And you knew that. And the first question you asked him was, how many times did you test positive? And I remember he came across the table and tried to punch you, and the news went to black, and Mom's face was like, and I started crying hysterically because I thought Warren Sapp punched you in the face. But then commercial break was over and you came back unscathed.
Can either of you pick one thing that we all did together that was the most fun thing that we ever did together?
Africa.
Yeah, Africa. We all flew to see Sydney in Africa for a while, and we got to see the very, very 5-star treatment and the very, very 0-star treatment of Sydney's village, and the dichotomy of watching our dad in those two environments, hugging her family.
He was so vulnerable. It's the most vulnerable I've ever seen him. There was like rain and he didn't have an umbrella. It was the first time I've ever seen him get wet.
On like a boat or something, and he was like
just shivering, so cold. It's like, I've never seen you cold or wet.
I should tell everybody that Sydney was in the Peace Corps in Zambia, Africa. She was there almost 2.5 years. So Alex and Lindsay and I went to see Sydney for a couple of weeks. That was a really great vacation. Any of you think that you look like me?
Yeah, I hope so.
Sometimes tell me I look like my dad. I say you should see my mother.
You think you look like me, Lindsay?
People do. I don't know. I'm trying to pick out the Shapiro in my baby, but she keeps going the way of her dad. So I don't know.
Sid?
Yeah, I think that I got your nose, and I think that I got your arm hair, and I think that I got
hair.
So messed up. All right, let me just say this, that I think I am very grateful that the lifestyle that this industry has afforded me has been a good one, and I'm really grateful about that. And I do hope that each of you are blessed with children that give me as much pride as you have given me.
We love you, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
Love you. I'm so proud of you.